Earth's temperature is increasing. Our planet is not on a good path for continuing to sustain life. While there are millions of people who cares about climate change and doing their bit in reducing their carbon footprint and also spreading awareness about it, there are still many who thinks why should we care about it? It is not our responsibility. This episode is a message to all such people that why and how you can start acting on climate change. Hello and namaste from Pallavi. Welcome to Eco Friendly Kind World. And today's guest, Lamek Opio, is from Kenya. He is an environmental conservation champion, a youth leader, and change maker. He is also a road tractor and a humanitarian. Let's welcome Lamek to this episode. Hi, Lamek, how are you doing today?
Thank you so much. I'm doing well. What about you, Pallavi?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. So it's a pleasure to have you here, Lamek. So could you please share your climate action journey with our listeners, how you have started and what has motivated you?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And it's really a good topic to talk about. It's really a good topic to engage and let people involved and find out what they can do. Okay, so for me, my climate action journey has started long time ago, but now actively started scaling up when I joined campus. That was back in 2017, 2018, when I was in my first year, I think 19 years old. This is where my climate action journey really started, and it scaled up. Yeah, so for me, first of all, what I decided to do, for me, the passion for environment has been something that I've come with from far. But I believe that all of us can do our bit to make a difference. So basically, for me, what I've been able to do was doing as a group. I've quite done a lot of activities, a lot of initiatives, a lot of campaigns all over the country, within our different communities in the country, and also through social media, of which that's where we met here. And it's really something that is quite encouraging, and I think all of us should get this information. So mostly what I do, I champion for conservation, and these I've been able to do it with primary school kids. I've been able to do it with university, my fellow university comrades and students, and also for the high schoolers. And the one thing that we are trying to do is as much as we can. Climate change is something that is here with us. It's no longer a science. Some of you might still deny, but it is a reality. Things are really changing. And maybe for me, I'll not like to go much into details about climate change because a lot has been shared on the same. And I think it's now time, yeah? It's now time for action. I think we really talk too much and with less action, of which that won't help enough. So for me, I've been championing for the same with students, primary school kids, university students, and also those in high school. So basically what we've been doing a lot of initiatives in regard to restoration activities, reforestation, afforestation, agroforestry, and all of those. We've been doing a lot of tree planting and tree growing. We are putting more emphasis on tree growing rather than just tree planting, because I believe just like a baby, when a baby is born, he or she should be nourished, given food so that it can grow, and he or she can grow. And the same applies to the trees. It's not just a matter of digging a hole and planting and abandoning it there. That won't make a difference. If you don't take under care, if you don't take care of, you don't monitor the trees that you planted, you don't tend to them, we'll be doing maybe something very little. It won't making a huge difference as such. I believe we can all do that we can, yeah? So we've been putting a lot of emphasis on tree growing. Let me give you an example. For instance, when I'm working, I really like working with kids because, kids are very curious. They are always eager to learn, and the same. So whenever we do activities with the kids, you find that we do this campaign called One Child, One Tree initiative, whereby we go into a school, we sign an MOU with the school administration, and once we sign an MOU with the school administration, there are some factors we consider. Maybe within the school, we find out if the school fenced. does the school have availability of water? Because now, even though we are planting these trees, we are not just planting it for the sake of it. What if we plant them, then the next day cows go around, other animals destroy them? Or what if we just plant, there is no water, and the same? So we consider those so that whenever we do a tree planting, the growing aspect really comes in. So with the One Child, One Tree initiative, what basically happens, we encourage each and every child to adopt just one tree. Imagine if a school has a population of 600 pupils. What if each and every pupil adopts one tree, just one? So we sign an MOU, we say that every morning or every time you're coming into school, you make sure you look after your tree, you ensure you water it, and this has really made a difference. And we have several success stories of areas whereby it was so much degraded, a school where trees have been cut down and the same, and now they're trying to regreen again. We are trying to restore, and this has really encouraged me. This has really made me know that through teamwork, because one thing I also believe in, that I can't do it alone, we require each other. It's a collective action. If I can do my bit and someone else can do his or her bit, we are able to make a huge difference as compared to if I'm doing it alone, which really keeps me going. The hope that this fight is not yet lost. I still believe we deserve a planet that is secure, a planet that is healthy, a planet that will be of good to the next generation. I think we should be asking ourselves, if we continue doing the destruction of the environment, what about the kids, our grandchildren, those who will come after us? Will they really be able to enjoy the same benefits that we are enjoying today? That's a question that we should ask ourselves whenever we are doing something. So for me, in regards to that area for conservation and tree growing, it's really borne a lot of fruits, and we've done a lot of it through different parts of the country, different schools as well. Then apart from just tree planting, so first of all, what we do is this. Before I tell a kid to plant a tree, it's always good to tell him or her. It's just a matter of a simple environmental education. So why are we planting these trees? Why are trees important for us? Maybe just a brief, because I don't think so much into climate action, climate change and all that, but just to explain to them maybe the overview, the baseline. So what if I plant this tree? What are some of the benefits? How is it going to benefit the planet? And how is it going to ensure that we have a healthy planet? So those are some of the things we try to talk about. Then also, whenever we do tree planting with school, we bring the aspect, we try and bring the aspect of also fruit trees. We introduce fruit tree species in the schools as well, as we also do other species, because the main reason why we are doing fruit trees as well is because now you find that maybe these schools, fruit trees provide food as well. So if they have the encouragement to plant more, they're also able to do it commercially. When you have fruits over here, you enjoy the fruits as well. You're able to also fight there is incidence of food insecurity. So through tree planting and planting of fruit trees, we are able to also help out further to ensure that we have fruit trees that children can feed on, fruit trees that the schools and the communities can also try to do business with them. They can try to harvest them once they've taken care of them, and also get an income in return, which has really been something very quite effective, something quite encouraging, and something that I also like to each and every person who is tune into this podcast to hear. Try doing the same in your country. Try the same in your community. Try doing the same at your home. Then another thing I'd really like to touch on, apart from that, is also to issues to do with advocacy as well. I believe that we are able to reach to more people out there if we share whatever we do. That's why I always not shy away from whatever I do. Whenever we have activities, I do share them with friends. I do share them on my social media pages. I do share them with each and every person who might be involved. For almost many of the activities that we do, I always do encourage partnerships. As I told you earlier, I don't believe I can't do it alone. We require each other to do it. We come together for the like-minded individuals, like-minded organizations which are dealing in environmental conservation field, so that we are able to do something bigger. We are able to collaboratively share ideas, collaboratively mobilize resources, because we also need resources to do these conservation activities. You can't do it without any resources. You can't do it alone, and it requires wide range of actions collectively. If you're able to do your little big thing wherever you are at your home, someone else is doing the same, and the reputation keeps on going. That's the motivation that will keep us going each and every day. So that's another thing that I think I would have liked to talk about on regards to the environmental conservation. And also the other one is awareness. So like, for instance, this podcast, it's really aimed at ensuring that we all have this information. We all have this information that we're able to create it more. If I share the information with you, are you in a position to share with your colleague? Let's keep the conversation going. The gospel of environmental conservation, a very, very big gospel. Yeah, just like the other politicians, the matters of environmental conservation should also be given a good reputation as well. It should be given a good platform for them to be shared, so that we are able to encourage each other to do the bit that we can, so that we are able to be role models to those who will come after us. Because I believe we are. It's been said that we are the last generation to ensure that the impact to do our bit to ensure that the impacts of climate change are not felt. What if we are not able to act? Try imagining the current situation we have in regards to habitat loss, deforestation. We have loss of biodiversity and stuff, and continuous cutting down of trees. What will happen? Try to think of after 10 years from now. Will these resources that we are still enjoying today, will we be able to enjoy them much later? So those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. So the issues to do with awareness is really plays an important part. Let's try to spread the gospel of conservation wherever we are. One thing that I also like to echo out is this. For me, I believe each and every person is an environmentalist. This is why I say so. The fact that you are able to breathe in the oxygen, the fact that you're able to enjoy the benefits that comes with the environment, the fact that you're able to live in an environment makes you have that responsibility to be an environmentalist. So for me, each and every person, no matter the profession, no matter the field of specialization you are in, I believe you're an environmentalist. The fact that you're living at a home, you're enjoying the environment, water, food, air, it makes you to be an environmentalist. And why would you like to distract something, to destroy something that really keeps you going? Because without environment, Palari, let me assure you, there can't be no life. There should be no life without environment, because everything that we require for survival, everything that we require to live in day out, day in, it revolves around the environment. So I don't see if anyone has an excuse to say it's not my responsibility, I'm not an environmentalist. No. That's a narrative that should never exist from now henceforth, because for you, provided that you are enjoying the benefits of the environment, it automatically makes you to be an environmentalist. Then there is this one story that keeps me going. It's a story maybe most of you or some of you have heard about it. For you, in Kenya, you've heard about the story of Wangari Maathai, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, the lady who really done a lot in matters of environmental conservation, and may her soul rest in peace. She was able to do a lot, a milestone, and her story keeps us going. She inspires us to do more. She inspires us to take action no matter how small it seems. She inspires us to do more at the level base that we are able to. And there is a famous story of a hummingbird. I'm not sure if you've heard about it. And this story really keeps me going. The baseline of this story is just like, if you're able to make a small difference, just your little bit collectively. If I'm able to plant a tree somewhere and someone else is doing the same, collectively we are making a very, very huge difference. So maybe to tell you about the story of the hummingbird, maybe for those of you who have not heard about it, just an overview of what it's all about. So there is this huge forest that is on fire, and now within the forest you find there are several variety of wildlife, animals, and the same. And when the forest is on fire, all other animals are running out for safety, because you can't really wait for you to be consumed with fire, so you have to scamper for safety. Then there is this little hummingbird that doesn't. The hummingbird rushes to the nearest water point, picks a drop of water, to places it on fire continuously. And the huge animals like elephants are now asking themselves, the hummingbird, what are you doing? With this huge fire, the water that you're letting it into the fire, can it put it off? And the hummingbird says, best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Though there is no hope that the fire will be. But if I'm doing it continuously, I think it's something that that can make a difference. Yeah. So the hummingbird challenges us that we can do our little bit, no matter how small it may seem, no matter how small people may seem at it, but it really makes a difference. So that story of the hummingbird keeps me going. The story that we are able to do anything that you're able to do, never value it that it's too small, because I believe in the power of action. The power of action, action, action. For me, you won't find me talking too much. I'm action-oriented person, and that's what has keeping me going. Rather than just having conferences talking about issues and environment, but in the real action, the real sense, in the ground, there is nothing that we are doing. That should be a notion. That should be something that we are no longer doing the same as it used to be. Then there is this famous quote, which was also from Wangari Maathai. It says, it says, no. It's the little things that the citizens do that's what will make a difference. If you're able to do your bit, I'm able to do my bit. Collectively, it will make a difference. And for us, and for me, and for you, I believe we can all make a difference wherever we are. Be it in matters environmental conservation, or anything that you're able to do. Because I also told you, apart from environment, I'm a humanitarian. I do a lot of activities as well in regards to humanitarian work, charity events, and also able just to make a difference, just to live a life that is purposeful, just to live a life that inspires others to, according to their own understanding and according to how or where they come from. I believe as I said, in the power of action. Action, action, action. For us who are so much on social media, also, let's not just do it for the PR, for it to be seen that you're doing something. Do it wholeheartedly. Do it make an impact. Not to be a celebrity or something, but the impact will count. The impact is what keeps the world going. If I'm able to do something and someone maybe in India is also interested in doing the same, if he or she implies the same in his country, will be globally in a large scale level. And through this, we're able to do more, we're able to become more, and we're able to inspire the next generation. And also to touch on the issues to do with sustainability as well. The sustainability in that you're able to meet present needs and also for those of the future generation. That's why also when we plant trees, we ensure that we manage them sustainably. We grow them so that one day, even though I won't benefit from the shade of the tree that I've planted, but at least it will benefit someone else. Do we really ask ourselves, this shade that I'm enjoying today, or was it not an action for someone else? Or what if someone else who came up before me destroyed it? Will I be also enjoying the same benefits that I'm enjoying today? So those are some of the things that we need to ask ourselves. And I believe action starts with you. Yeah, environment starts with you. Just right at your house. Are you really able to change your behavior? Really start with an individual before we go into now large scale. Am I able to clean my house? Am I able to keep my compound clean? Am I able, we are talking about plastic. Are you living sustainably? Do you have reusable water bottle? Do you have reusable plastic bottle or anything reusable that does not destroy environment? Are you really trying to change your behavior? Because I still believe that the behavior change and the mindset really plays a critical part before we go out there. First, start with you. You should be an example to yourself. You should be a role model to yourself in that regard. Now, through the actions, we're able to inspire many and more people to do the same. It would be very wrong for me to tell you to stop this, and for me, I'm not doing the same. It would be really wrong for me to stop to tell you that don't use plastic, and for me, I'm continuously using it. It would make no difference. So behavior change is really important, and taking care of the environment starts right at yourself, with your wherever you are, at your home, at your house, at your workplace. Let's ensure this journey, this gospel, that we are preaching, we are also acting it. Because action, there is this quote saying, faith without action is really death. If you just believe there is something that's going to happen, but we are not acting on it, it will really not happen as we might think of. So on my journey, it's been really some very challenging journey as well, because now maybe to touch on maybe young people and all that, because for me, I believe in the power of young people. And for me, I believe the young people are the leaders of today. If you ask me why, I'll tell you this. Do you ever realize there is no tomorrow without? There can't be tomorrow without today. What that really tells you that we are the leaders of today. It starts with you. Take action. Yeah, take action. And the one challenge, in conservation field, we've faced a lot of challenges, and as well, in terms of resources, you find that you have this good idea and you're not able to implement it because maybe in one way or the other, you don't have the resources. In one way or the other, you don't have the support maybe from the different organizations, different stakeholders, and even the government, which really makes it quite difficult for us maybe to do some of the activities, which have been a challenge to us. Also for the young people, these are a challenge for the young people. In my space working with the young people, matters conservation has seemed to be old-fashioned, has seemed not to be so much interesting, so much not attractive to the youths, which is really, really very, very sad. It shouldn't be that way. Youths are the change makers. Youths makes maybe the largest part of the population worldwide. What if the youths are able to actually get support? What difference can we make? What difference can we make amongst ourselves, within our communities and worldwide? So, fellow young people, wherever you are hearing us from, wherever you are tuning from, wherever you live, wherever you are, kindly, let's join hands. And not only for the young people, as I said earlier, environment involves all of us. So the children, the old, the adults, those in public, those corporates, those in government, let's come together. Let's come together to save this planet. Yeah, you can't with our habitat being destroyed. Will we be having the same life if you are just continuing to talk with no action? It's really not be of much essence to us. So my call for each and every person out there, it's really, I think I can talk a lot, sorry, and I might have left something.
Please keep going on. Absolutely, this is very insightful, very inspiring. Yeah, please tell your message to the people.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I didn't want to talk too much, but I think it's really a broad topic that we can't finish in a day or so. But the one thing that keeps outstanding, the one thing that keeps me motivated is the purpose. And my fellow young people who are doing it to make a difference, it really keeps me going. It really makes me know that hope is still there. The hope is not yet lost. And whenever I see young people, whenever I see each and every person, maybe wherever, the old, the children, doing their bit for the planet, it really amazes me. It really keeps me going, and it really makes me do more, learn more, engage more. Once you have like-minded people doing the same thing, it really makes a huge difference. It really makes a huge impact. And I believe if you're able to just inspire one person, if my action, if whatever I'm doing is able to let's not talk about many people, just 2 to 3 people, just 1 or 2 people, it's really going to make a huge impact. What if the 2 people are able to inspire others, and the cycle keeps going? That's how we are going to make a difference. Yeah.
True.
And the thing that currently we are pushing for generation restoration. For you who follow me on social media, on Twitter, on the same, I'm really championing for it, because I believe there is still hope. We are still able to restore our ecosystem. We are still able to recreate. Yeah, we recreate our ecosystem, and we are also able to reimagine. Let's recreate, and let's restore. Yeah, those are the things that really keeps me going on the matters environmental conservation and on matters ecosystem restoration, of which I'm a big champion of and a fan of restoration. For the activities that we've done, they have borne a lot of fruits, and we are still continuing to do the same. But the main challenge is let's join hands. Yeah. We don't have that unity, and also for my fellow activists, or the same. It's not something that we can do alone. I can do it alone, but we can do it together. Let's not do this activism to be celebrities. No. That's showed their mindset. Purpose to make a difference. Purpose on impact rather than fame. Purpose on doing something today that influences the next generation. If you're able to do our little bit, the earth will be a very, very good place to live in. Look at how animals behave. Look at all other creatures, how they are behaving. And look at how us humans are behaving. And we are the biggest beneficiary of this planet, and we are still continuing to destroy it. Are we really heading in the right direction? This is the question that we should ask ourselves. And if so, if your answer is no, do something. Kindly, I urge you, do something wherever you are. Action speaks louder than words. Let's let's not be people just talking with zero action. If you're able to act, if you're able to do your little bit on your area you are, and if I'm able to do my little bit, that is what really will count, and that is what really will go ahead and make a difference. So environmental issues, we still have a lot of challenges. I understand we have issues to do with overpopulation. We have issues to do with several issues, waste, pollution, and the same, of which we also need to try our best. And also maybe I touch on it. We have these green spaces, for example, in cities and all the same. Even though we are doing development, let's not assume that we don't have the environment. We should also incorporate environment. We still need these green spaces, because you find in most cities, maybe all the trees, maybe the parks, maybe the green spaces that were initially there has been destroyed to clear way maybe for construction of new structures as well, which is really a challenge to us. Even though we are doing development, which is a good thing, let's put at the back of our minds that we also need the environment. And this is also something that we have been championing as well. Daima, we call it Daima Green Spaces. We champion for these green spaces, for them not to be destroyed, because we need these green spaces. They can't be exploited. They have several advantages into our lives, and we can't really we can't really destroy them that much. So there is a lot that we can do. Fellow young people, don't wait. The time is now. Time for action is now. Then also one thing that I would like to touch on, you really don't have to be in any organization or something to make a difference. Start between yourself. We have different organizations, and the thing that if you're not united, it's really we are really trying our bit. If all of us are not united, it's really not going to work out. So start from where you are, do the best you can, and the world will be a good place, a better place for us all. For me, I believe there is hope, there is future. And this future, we are the ones to shape it. This future, we are the one to do the bit that it needs. We are the one to take care of this environment, and we are the ones who are really enjoying the same. Or also to touch on the issues, maybe if I get out of conservation a little bit, I talked about humanitarian activities that I do. I also believe that we are in this world, we are created for a purpose. Take care of your neighbor. Try your best you can. Not all of us are able to, maybe we are not that rich, but whatever small, if you have a small thing that you're able to share with your neighbor, please go ahead. If you have a small portion of your something you're able to donate and help run humanitarian activities, please kindly do so, because I believe we can all make a difference. You can volunteer yourself in an organization that deals with conservation. You can volunteer yourself to work in a community. You can volunteer yourself to be part of an organization that really spearheads matters, humanitarian activities and environment as well. So thank you so much for having me. I've really talked a lot, but I really appreciate for this time. But my emphasis are placed on action, and let's all act. Let's take climate action. And the time you ask yourself, the time is now. Act now. Thank you so much, Pallavi, for having me.
So true, Lamek. So true. I can't agree more. And each and every word of yours is very inspiring. Action, action, action. Action speaks louder than words. That is so true. And I just really love this conversation. I hope our listeners will too. And it's really very inspiring that you are not just focusing on just planting the trees, but you are also focusing on its care about it in future, right? You are teaching the child that not just plant but also care about it. That is so very inspiring, and so rightly said that it is our moral responsibility to share, to spread awareness, and to leave a healthy and greener planet for our future generation. And yeah, I mean, each and every word of yours has makes so much of sense. Just do not worry that what you can do, each and every bit, whatever you can, it counts. It can create an impact. Collectively, it becomes bigger. Wow, Lamik, thank you so much for your time and this inspiring conversation. And I just wish that may your tribe grows bigger and bigger, and may a lot many more people joins you, and a lot many people start acting on climate change today. I wish you all the very best in whatever you do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pallavi, for this. This has been really amazing, and it's a call for action to all of us, wherever we are, wherever part of the country, wherever part of the world we are in. Let's try to do a little bit that we can. Maybe I also forgot to say, apart from just tree growing and activities, we do almost every matter, every aspect of environmental conservation, awareness, advocacy, activism as well. We've gone into the streets, demand for action. We've gone into the streets to tell the government that this is what we want with our environment for the green spaces. We've really done also matters, cleanup activities, matters to do with, we all have matters to do with restoration of our national parks, our forests that has been degraded. Also, the matters to do with cleanup activities within the rivers, because we have some of our rivers that has been really messed up, and we believe there is something that we can do. We're also trying to bring on the policymakers, because we may be doing all these, but without the good policies, we are still being dragged behind, and we are not able to do much. So really, it's a wake-up call for all of us, those in corporates, those who are doing business. Kindly, whenever you're doing your business, profit is really good, but let's take into consideration the environment. And there is this quote that says, if you think that the economy or money is much important than the environment, try holding your breath while your money, and you'll definitely know how important the environment is. So those are some of the things that we've been doing, and we are also still continue to scale up, and we are still also continuing to learn more, because this every day is a learning day, so that we're able to do more, to also become more, and also to empower ourselves. Also with working with communities, I also enjoy working with communities as well, because I believe that for you to make a huge impact, you have to work with the communities. The indigenous community are the ones who know the problem that they are facing. They are the people who know what they need to do and what needs to be done, or how best can you help them, or how best can you work together. So it's been really an inspiring conversation, and due to time, I might have not touched on other things, but I really appreciate for this time. And you guys, I'll not emphasize enough on action, and the time is now. Be the change that you'd like to see in this world. Try, do your little bit, and let's collectively make a difference. It is your, and our responsibility to have a healthy planet and to protect our environment. Thank you, and may you all be blessed from wherever you be tuning in for this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lamik, for your valuable time, and that was so inspiring. And stay tuned for more such inspiring climate activist story. Bye.
Bye-bye.